And trust me, there was no bigger beneficiary of this entire offseason than Jonathan Gannon. People say Jalen Hurts because he got A.J. Brown. That's great. But Gannon literally got players at every single position of his defense, every level of his defense, and in many cases, many upgrades. So if he's going to play the same coverages with the better personnel, then I go back to last year and think, why for 8 weeks did you play coverages with the wrong personnel? Because he's never admitted that he had the wrong personnel verbally, but based on what he said this past week, he's basically telling you I didn't have the guys doing what I wanted them to do. And that to me showed that there was some, I don't want to say slow to adjust, because I think it's not like he didn't see what was going on in front of his eyes. I think it was stubbornness to adjust. I think he felt like he was going to coach the concepts into the players, and if it didn't work, they weren't doing a good enough job, instead of looking at it and saying, I've got players who are not accustomed to doing what I want them to do, and a couple of OTAs and a truncated training camp was not enough time to get them ready to do what I want them to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's how it came off to me. I mean, when I kind of put together all of his statements, so that, I don't know, I left that press conference thinking, this guy's got a lot to prove this year, man. He really does.
He does. If you look at the first half of last season, there are some games where they just got housed. And quite frankly, the full season, it's just some bad games. They started off great against Atlanta. He's a first-time coordinator, so he's got to figure it out. He's new to the team. First time he's calling a defense. He's got to see what works and what doesn't work. That's why they played so much zone, more than any NFL team by far, by the way. It wasn't even close. They were the number one zone team in the NFL for the first half. In fact, if you really look at it, the first 10 games, then they went with not heavy man, but they started playing some man coverage.
Yep.
So the question would be going forward, now that you have this talent, you've got Bradbury. We know he's better in zone, but how much man will you play? To me, they're going to be still heavy zone based on Bradbury and kind of the lack of depth at corner. You're going to have to play more zone. That's just the way it is. But
right.
I want to see if they can play man, and are they going to be matchup specific because they have better depth now at certain positions, particularly at linebacker. They finally have linebackers who can cover. Hello.